Hey guys. It's been a minute. I've had a lot going on. Working a lot, not having a lot of time for projects, and the projects I am doing are like house related, which doesn't seem like stuff I want to put on YouTube. Like, y'all don't care that I'm fixing drywall and painting the library, because I'm the kind of guy that has a library. And I feel like this channel is so far a lot of me saying, look what I have and look what I bought. But it's gonna be more than that eventually. But what I just pulled home is this 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ. I think you can see it here. It's got a pretty sweet little half swap going on. It's a Ford 5.0. I know nothing about Fords. It's from a 90, I think it's also from a 94 F-150. So it's got a C6 automatic transmission and P something or other transfer case that's already mounted up on a really janky cross member. So we'll be addressing that probably. But I got a really good deal on it. Paid $2,000. And everything, I mean, the mount's already welded up pretty good and it's sitting in there. It's been swapped to run a carb, so it's got a carburetor intake on it, but no carb. So it's got a Dana 44 from a Wagoneer, and I've got the rear Dana 44 from the same Wagoneer that they gave me, and a bunch of drive shafts and the old YJ axle, which is good because I'm pretty sure those knuckles on the YJ axle are the same as the TJ knuckles. I haven't confirmed that, but I'm pretty sure they are, in which case I don't have to buy a new knuckle for the other project, the 97 that got wrecked in the front, which I hack welded the knuckle back together, but I'm gonna have to get a new one because I don't trust myself on welding. And that's what's under the blue tarp right there. I'm really excited, but I get excited about everything. I have a New Year's resolution, which is to grind harder, and that means doing a lot more projects and not watching TV and making money. This is purely about making money. That's how I fund all the projects I like my Toyota is completely funded through buying stuff like this, working on it and selling it. You know, that orange Jeep, completely funded by that. Like I said, I paid $2,000 for this, and full hard doors, I usually sell those for about 500 bucks, and they're usually, you know, rusted and rotted. Anyways, I'm gonna keep you guys updated whenever I can. I don't have a lot of time these days. I just don't have it. But I'm gonna keep posting to YouTube. I'm not done posting to YouTube. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna get 15 subscribers. What's up, guys? So I just dragged home another Jeep, but it should only be here for a week. It's pretty clapped out, but it's got some stuff I want off it. So we're gonna get started. Let's drug this 84 CJ7 home. Apparently somebody had put a Buick, supercharged Buick front wheel drive engine and transmission in the back of this thing at one point. And so it's like super unusable. They cut the whole rear of the frame. They cut the whole rear off and put in the K-frame from the front of the Buick. People are wacky. Totally wasted this CJ7, but it's good for me because it has this 6-point poison spider cage in it, and it's got these poison spider rock guards. And I'm gonna pull those out and put them on the YJ. They're gonna be for the new YJ project. And also the CJ dash, I'm gonna pull out and also use in the YJ. So I've got a box on the porch right now from Holly and another one from Amazon. It's a 600 CFM carb that I bought for this Ford 5.0 and a fuel pressure regulator. So I'm gonna get started. I gotta get this thing in the garage. I gotta clean up the garage a little bit, and then I'm gonna finally get started on a project. Got 6 days off work. I'm gonna make something happen. So I spent last night pulling this gas tank to see why the fuel pump wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work because there's no fuel pump. So I happen to have an in-tank fuel pump laying around, so I went ahead and installed it. I'm gonna reinstall the gas tank. For whatever reason, the previous owner got rid of all the stock hard lines for the fuel up to the front. So I had to go spend $60 on some hard lines and fittings and plumber's tape. Pretty sure I'll be able to get away with returning at least 2 of those. Cause if we come out here, I was looking and we can see that there's actually some hard line, and you can see that it's connected. It's not the same size though. But I'm gonna see if I can use that for the return line possibly. So all I'll have to make is the supply line. So I gotta focus on pulling that off of the CJ7 because I don't like spending money. I like to build stuff as cheap as possible. So when I have to go buy new shit, it makes me mad. Anyways, that's where I'm at. So it looks like I jumped the gun on buying those hard lines because I just salvaged some stuff from the CJ7 that I think will get me all squared away. I've got this kind of like rigid, flexible return line that was on there that looks like it's about the entirety of the length that I need. And I've also got this hard line / braided line. Ooh. That looks pretty fancy, and will match the braided lines that came with this cheap fuel pressure regulator kit. Also, I mounted the Holly up last night too. Forgot about that. So with any luck, I'll have this thing completely plumbed today, and maybe even fire it up. That's my goal by the end of the day, is to fire it up. I got a whole day. It's only like 9 a.m. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go make some breakfast and get back to work. Okay guys, so in about 5 hours, I've got the fuel lines hooked up from the tank to the carb. I've got a fuel pressure regulator from Amazon that I'm sure will crap out on me pretty quick, but hopefully it's gonna get the job done. This thing came with an easy wiring harness, and I've got the fuel pump hooked up to that, but I can't get power to the starter wire, so I'm ignoring that for now. I'm sure it's just a ground or something, but the pump kicks on. I've got whatever that says, 10 PSI. Which unfortunately is the least amount I can get. This thing's supposed to get 5 to 7 PSI, I think. And I'm gonna jump the starter and see what happens. Here we go. Come on, baby. All right. Well, that's that. It's not gonna start. We'll have to figure, well, we got fuel squirting. try it again. Hey! Ha-ha! All right. So real quick, I just sold the top and the doors yesterday off of this thing for $900. So as it sits now, I'm only in this thing for like $1,350, somewhere like that. So, and that doesn't include, you know, I'll make some money. Came with the dash and all the gauges and stuff. Those will go on eBay. I'll make some money. It came with the original YJ axle, which I'll get like 20 or 30 bucks for that housing. You know, little stuff like that will add up, and I'll be in this thing hopefully running and driving for less than $2,000. With I'll make some rail doors or something. We'll figure that out, or it'll just be a doorless trail Jeep. And if you include that CJ7 I bought as a parts Jeep for $400 with the title and the VIN plates, not that I would ever sell those separately or anything, you know, I'll be making some money on that too. It's also got a CJ7 tilt steering wheel. That right there is literally worth what I paid for the whole thing. So, and then if I do end up using that cage and the dashboard, the steering wheel, I mean, just that steering wheel, I get 70 bucks for. So, I mean, I'm gonna be in this thing super cheap. It's pretty exciting. Okay, so the week has come to an end. I didn't get, I got everything I wanted to get done. I was hoping to get a little more done, but Morgan roped me into painting the library. So I spent 3 days working on that project, but I did get this CJ7 dash pulled out of the parts Jeep. I also got some stuff wired. So this thing came with an easy wiring harness, which I looked these up. And I want to say this one was like 150 bucks, which is actually is way cheaper than I thought it'd be. And it, I got, let's see, what did I get? I got the headlights wired to the switch. So those come on. That's nice. I got the brake lights working, tail lights working. I got the blinkers working. We got, boom, we got some blinkers working. And I also got the ignition wired to the key. So that works. Next video, I guess I'll be wiring in these gauges, installing the dash, maybe installing the fenders, and tackling the rear axle swap. I have it came with the Wagoneer rear axle, which I think is an AMC 20, and I'm just gonna throw it on there because it's better than what's in here, and it'll be it'll make it a 6-lug matching wheels. That's my plan. Oh, and I got in the mailbox there should be some stainless steel coolant hoses, so I'll get all that worked up too, and then we'll start tackling the brakes. I need to make a list. I'll make a list. Anyways, that's it for this one. Later.